It's time again for the Science Bowl.
Zoo Parade for 5. What big teeth a hippo has are actually a pair of these. Science Potpourri for 10. Would a snake most likely eat every day? Every week, Dateline Science for 10. Why are some elephants wearing necklaces these days? Green things for 15.
And now, here's your host, Mr. Z himself, Dave Zarin.
Thank you and welcome to the Science Bowl. Today a special edition. Two teams that have won once previously. They're here today to decide who will move on to the semifinals in our elementary competition in this, our 39th year of competition. We invite you to play along and see how many of these questions you can answer yourself. Raise your science IQ. We have two great schools here today. Let's meet them. First, from Beacon Heights Elementary, say hello to Jacob. Nice to have you back, Jacob. Jeremy is over there. Boy, he is a whip-smart captain. And Katie is here too. She really comes up with some great answers. They're playing against University Park Elementary. Say hello to Avery over there. He is a crossing guard over there. Are you wearing your stripes today? Your sashes? There they are, absolutely. Safety patrols. Izzy is the great captain over there. And rounding out the Chartreuse 3 is Cora over there. Nice to have her here. She's a wonderful player too. Here on the Science Bowl, we have 6 categories of questions, and these are they.
Okay, Mr. Z, here's today's categories. Green things, questions about plants and all things green and growing. Zoo Parade, a Noah's Ark of questions about animals. Body systems, we'll see how much you know about yourself, about things like breathing and growing, and digesting your food. Let's get physical. Questions that test your knowledge of physics and chemistry, earth science and space science. Then there's Science Potpourri. Here's a grab bag of science questions, everything from air pollution to the kitchen sink. And finally, Dateline Science. We'll ask you about science history and science in the news.
And here in the Science Bowl, our game board shows questions.
Okay,
difficulty. Easier questions on the left worth 5 and 10 points. Tougher ones worth 15, 20, and ultimately 25, the toughest of them all. Both of our teams start out at 50 points. We have no penalties ever for incorrect answers. End of the 2 rounds today, one of these good-looking teams will come back to play in our semifinals. Let's make sure everything works properly before we start. Jeremy, would you try your buzzer? Looks and sounds okay. How about Izzy over there at UP? Also looks A-OK. You guys are more than A-OK. You are fantastic. Some of our elite players, congratulations on making it this far in our competition. We're going to have a good game today. I can feel it. We go alphabetically B before U, so Beacon Heights and Jeremy, let's hit it.
All right, green things for 10.
Green things for 10 points. Here's your question. If you're making pickles, you have to start with these vegetables that are as, yes, University Park.
Cucumbers.
As cool as they come, as cool as a cucumber. Absolutely right. Yes, indeed. Go green.
Zoo Parade for 5.
Zoo for 5. Sometimes called a whistle pig, this rodent reluctantly becomes a meteorologist every February 2nd in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. Name that rodent. Beacon Heights.
Groundhog.
The groundhog. Does he or does he not see his shadow? Yeah, he's right about 50% of the time. All right, go red.
Body system for 10.
Body for 10. If you're experiencing lacrimation, a word derived from your lacrimal glands, you might be watching a sad movie at the time and shedding these. Beacon Heights.
Tears.
Tears, yeah, you're crying. That's lacrimation. Good. Red, go.
All right, let's get physical for 10.
Let's get physical for 10. I have a multiple choice question for you. Magma moves from the center of the earth toward the crust through what same process that causes hot water or hot air to rise and then sink back down? I was going to give multiple choices, but Izzy says she knows.
Evaporation.
Not evaporation. Good try. The 3 choices, again, Beacon Heights, magma moves from the center of the earth toward the crust through what same process that causes hot water or air to rise and then sink back down. Is it conduction, convection, or radiation?
Convection.
It is convection. Convection currents. Yes, sir. Good. Go, Jeremy.
All right, daylight sign for 10.
Dateline for 10 points is a visual question. Look at the monitor in the studio, please. To find the bullet lodged inside the wounded President James Garfield back in 1881. This famous inventor of the telephone that you're looking at there invented the first ever metal detector to find the bullet. Name that man. Beacon Heights.
The telephone, Alexander Graham Bell.
Alexander Graham Bell. Alexander Graham
Scott.
Bell. Alexander Graham Bell.
That would be he. Nicely done. Yes, indeed. Got yourself 10 more points. Go red.
All right, science potpourri for 10.
Potpourri, 10 points. This harbor in Hawaii, the site of the Japanese attack on America's naval fleet back on December 7th, 1941, is named for what iridescent precious stone? Beacon Heights?
Pearl? I don't know. Yeah, sure.
Pearl?
A pearl. That's Pearl Harbor. Absolutely right. The only precious stone made by a living creature. Absolutely right. Good. Go.
All right, zoo parade for 10.
Zoo for 10. Multiple choice. Is a rodenticide a poison used to kill mice, a food given to laboratory rats, or the gnawing teeth found in all rodents? Izzy.
The gnawing teeth found in all rodents?
No, not that one. How about the other choices here? Is a rodenticide a poison used to kill mice, a food given to laboratory rats, or one of the gnawing teeth found in all rodents?
A poison given to mice?
Yes, that is right. Yeah, it kills mice. Good. Go. Red.
All right, green things for 5.
Red things for 5 points. Trees can't be bad. But there is a kind of wood from what P initial tree that is kind of naughty, spelled Knotty. University Park.
Pine?
Pine, naughty pine. That's right. Thank you, Cora. Good. Green.
Science potpourri 5. Science potpourri for 5.
Potpourri for 5 points. The flightless emu bird that we all see in the commercials for insurance is occasionally putting his head in the sand, a behavior long associated with what other flightless bird, the largest in the world? Beacon Heights?
Ostrich.
The ostrich, yeah. Everybody thinks it puts its head in the sand. Actually, they just gotten very low down on the ground. It looks like that. Go red.
All right,
110 to 65 advantage red.
All right, body system for 5.
Body for 5 points. Here's your question. If you've ever read the book Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, the name of the town in that book has what same word that describes the process of moving food from your mouth to your stomach. University Park. What's the name of that town?
Swallowing?
Swallow it is. Yes, indeed. Good. Go green.
15.
Izzy, your turn.
Dateline for 5.
Dateline for 5 points. I know you know this one. Wait till you hear it all. NASA has been exploring ways to drop a lander onto the surface of Europa, which is an icy moon orbiting Jupiter. The name of the lander that NASA has given is this icy star from the Frozen movie who wanted so much to go to the beach. Beacon Heights.
Olaf?
Olaf, that's right. He wanted to go to the beach in the worst way. That buzzer says the end of the first round. 115 for Beacon Heights, 70 for University Park. We'll be back with more Science Bowl in just a moment. And welcome back to Science Bowl. 6 outstanding young people playing our game today. As I mentioned at the top of the show, they were here previously. They both won before. They're here today trying to decide who moves on in our competition. If you did not have the pleasure of meeting them before, let's give it to you right now. Let's go to Beacon Heights. And Jeremy, tell us the Beacon Heights story. Principal, coach, and the alternates.
All right, our principal is Dr. Walker. Our coaches are Mr. Carter and Mr. Brown. Our alternates are Melanie, Galila, Zeta, and Marari.
Did a beautiful job on that. You're a great communicator, Jeremy. Tell us something about Beacon Heights that you think everybody should know, because I know you're proud of your school.
Like especially the after-school programs, and some of the there's a show that's going off called Matilda Jr. That's going on in my school.
Very nice, very nice. How did you guys prepare for this, Jeremy? Have you studied a lot? Did you prepare? Did you have practice sessions?
We had like some books where we could like read, and they're like you read them, and they have like almost everything.
Wow. Well, you're doing such a great job. All that practice, all that preparation is paying off here. And someday you hope to be?
An engineer or lawyer.
All right. Yeah. You've got that personality. I could see you doing both. Do you like to argue? Lawyers like to argue. I was just going to ask if you did, if you won your arguments. That always is a bonus for a would-be lawyer. You're doing a nice job today. Jacob, tell us about the song you sing. Let's get physical. Let's get physical. Do you know that music?
I think I can recall the artist names.
Because I know when you ask for questions in that category, you all break into a chorus there. Tell me about yourself. What do you do in your spare time?
I play video games and just sleep.
Yeah, you're just a kid. You just hang out. You're being a kid. Enjoy this time in your life. And then sometime in the future, what do you see yourself doing professionally?
Being a doctor.
A doctor, yeah. Well, I can see you. You've got the smarts for it. Just stick to it. You've got that goal in front of you. You're doing a nice job today. Katie, also medical aspirations. Maybe you want to be a nurse someday. Why did you want to be on this show, Katie?
Well, it's because like there's actually no good reason for me to say. I just like I don't know.
You like games. You like games. Now, you've watched some of the old shows, and then can you sit there and can you answer the questions I'm asking on the old shows? Yeah, it's a little different when you're here because the lights are in your eyes. I like when I'm watching Jeopardy, I often think, how could they miss that? Because it seems so obvious. But the situation is different. You're doing a nice job here today. Being a nurse, yeah? You want to help people someday, you told me before. A noble ambition. Nice to have you with us. University Park, tell us the UP story. Who is your principal and your coaches, if you have multiple, and some of your alternates?
We have Dr. Davis, and our coach is Mr. Favero, and our alternates are Samantha, Dakota, Dylan, and Creighton.
You did a nice job on that too. Sometimes it's hard to remember a long list, but both you and Jeremy did that beautifully. University Park, I was there once for principal for a day. I was there for a number of things. There's a lot going on at your school. You have a beautiful mural on the front of your school there. Who did that? Do you know? Was it students at one time?
I think.
Probably a class before you. What do you like about the school, Izzy? When you come in the morning, are you smiling?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's good about UP?
Well, I really like that they have instrumental. And they're doing a renovation on our library.
Yeah. You said instrumental. Do you play an instrument?
Yeah.
What do you play?
Clarinet.
Clarinet. I used to do that too. Great. That and the oboe I did. Yeah, musical talent. I can see you're very talented. And Avery, do you play a musical instrument?
I used to.
What did you play?
I used to play the trombone.
Whoa, all right, yeah. It makes noise, makes lots of noise. That's one of the reasons they took the inaugural parade and put it inside the Capitol Arena, because, you know, all that cold on the lips there would not be a good mix there. Tell me what you want to do someday, Avery.
I want to be a science professor.
Yes.
At a college.
That's music to my ears, and also to your grandfather, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's out there watching. Does he know you're on Science Bowl?
Yes.
Yeah, I know he does, yeah. Bill, if you're watching, we miss you here at Bonnie John's. Yeah, fine young boy here. Cora, talking about relationships, we were talking about that before. Your dad was here once, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was a contestant on the Science Bowl he was telling me for Robert Frost Elementary. And I asked him if he won back then. He wasn't quite sure, but I hope he's talked about his experience, and I hope that influenced you to be here today too. Mm-hmm. Tell me how you know so much about science.
Well, I used to be able to go on YouTube sometimes at school, mm-hmm. and I once found one of the Science Bowl videos, and I thought it was kind of cool, so
yeah, kind of cool is a great thing to include whenever you want to do something.
And then when
if it's not cool, you know, it's like, all right, am I want to do this for the rest of my life? You're doing a nice job here today, and you obviously have a lot of science knowledge, and you're sharing it with us. Let's get back into the game. 70 for University Park, 115 Beacon Heights. Lots of points. All the big questions are left. Where to? Jeremy, let her rip.
All right, let's get physical for 5.
For 5 points. I can't do it as good as you could. What substance, known chemically as sodium bicarbonate, is equally able to clean your teeth, absorb odors, and help baked goods like chocolate chip cookies rise in the oven? What is that substance called? Let's see if you have any bakers on the set here today. University Park, sodium bicarbonate, better known as?
Baking soda.
Baking soda, yes indeed. Good deal. All right, go green.
Green things for 15.
Green for 15. Here you go. Scientists have discovered, get this, that the ancestors to modern fleas that feed on your dog's blood once lived off this liquid produced by flowers? University Park.
Nectar?
Yeah, they used to drink nectar. If only we could send them back that way. You know, then they wouldn't bite us. Okay, good. Green, go.
Can we do potpourri for 15?
Zupre, did you say?
Science potpourri.
Science potpourri for 15 points. Question is as follows. In many ways, the pandemic was a live action science experiment that followed the scientific method, with all the guesses as to who or what was the source of the virus falling under what H initial part? University Park.
Pass to Avery.
Hypothesis.
Hypothesis. Yes, we were forming hypotheses all along the way. All right. Almost a tie score here. 115, 105. Green, you're on a roll. Where next?
Dateline for 15.
Dateline for 15 points. Teams President Franklin D. Roosevelt was confined to a wheelchair because of what P initialed viral disease that disappeared. University Park. Can you name that disease?
Pass to Cora.
When your legs get stiff.
Not quite, not quite. Beacon Heights, you can get this. President Franklin Roosevelt was confined to a wheelchair because of what P initialed viral disease that disappeared in America by 1979 thanks to the Salk vaccine.
The black pig.
Polio. Polio was the right answer there. Polio. All right, no points. Sorry about that. Go again, Green.
Zoo parade for 15.
Zoo for 15 points. A female bear is called a sow. A female rabbit is a doe. A female duck is a duck. While female lions and tigers have the same suffix. They're known as these. They're known as these. University Park.
Pass to Avery.
Come on, Avery.
Isses? Or like lioness?
Yes, that's exactly right. Lioness or tigress. Both of those. Good. Go. Green.
Body systems for 15.
Body for 15. Question is as follows. Your nose has a bridge. Your foot has an arch, while these bones form a cage. University Park.
Pass to Cora.
Ribs.
Ribs, yeah, your rib cage. Exactly right. Good. All right. University Park with a slight lead here. Jeremy and Jacob and Katie, let's get back in the game. Let's go green.
Green things 20.
Green 20. Question is as follows. Be careful. Flowers that are white often indicate that this process, essential for plant reproduction, happens at night. University Park.
Photosynthesis?
No, not photosynthesis. I knew you might say that. Flowers that are white often indicate, red, that this process, essential for plant reproduction, happens at night.
Cellular respiration.
Pollination. Pollination. Bats can see it at night, and moths can see it at night. No points. Go again, green.
Zoo for 20.
Zoo for 20. Look at the picture in the studio on the monitor, if you would, please. Careful here, too. Cats can't resist rolling around in a plant called catnip. That's what's happening here. Leaves oftentimes have a calming effect on the cat. The leaves also produce a strong chemical that keeps insects away. The chemical isn't an insecticide, but rather one of these. University Park.
Pesticide?
Not a pesticide, no. The leaves make a chemical that isn't an insecticide, rather it keeps the insects away, which makes it a what? A repellent. A repellent. You spray it on so you don't get bitten. Go again, green. We're stuck at 135, 115. Lots to go. Izzy.
Body for 20.
Body for 20. Question is as follows. A Revolutionary War general is thought to have said the famous line, "Don't fire till you see the whites of their eyes." The white is your eye's sclera, while the black of the eye is this. Beacon Heights.
Pupil?
The pupil, that's right, good. All right, go again, Beacon Heights. Tie score, 135 all.
All right, let's get physical for 15.
For 15, all right. No, it is not a multiple choice. Here's your 15-point question, and let's get physical. The largest moon in our solar system, Ganymede, orbits this planet and is one of the original 5 moons discovered by Galileo? University Park.
Jupiter?
Jupiter is the correct answer. Yes, indeed. University Park, please.
Dateline 20?
Dateline 20 points. This is a multiple choice. A former Maryland senator claimed that this telescope that succeeded the Hubble Space Telescope was, and I quote, a 30-year, $30 billion overnight success. Was it the Carl Sagan telescope, the Galileo telescope, or the James Webb telescope? Beacon Heights.
James Webb?
It is the James Webb. It is indeed. Good. Go Beacon Heights.
All right, science potpourri for 20.
Potpourri, 20 points. The dreaded shingles disease will likely be quite rare in the future, since the only way to get the virus is to have had what childhood disease for which most kids have now been vaccinated? University Park.
Pass to Avery.
HIV.
Not HIV, no, good try. What childhood disease is not that prevalent anymore? Most of you kids have been vaccinated against it, which means it's unlikely you would ever get shingles, Jeremy.
Measles?
Chickenpox. Chickenpox was the answer. Go red.
All right,
Physical for 25.
let's get physical for 20.
For 20 points. All right. Your question is as follows, multiple choice. Fireworks, which release heat, light, smoke, gas, and sound, are which of the following kinds of chemical reactions? Isothermic, endothermic, or exothermic? University Park.
Exothermic?
Exothermic, actually, because they give out. Good. Go green. All the 25 pointers left. Where?
Zoo for 25.
Zoo for 25. A letter from Albert Einstein said it was likely there's a connection between quantum physics, really, and this process that guides birds, insects, and mammals on nearly...
Migration. No, hold up. Wait, we should have let him finish, but sure. Migration.
Migration, that's the answer. You pulled that one out. Nicely done. Good, go.
All right, green things for 25.
Green things for 25 points. Scientists discovered that as long ago as 7,000 years, humans were able to cultivate or tame wild olive trees. Through what process? The same has happened with farm animals and our pets. Name that process.
Pass to Avery.
It's when you give the thing something that it requires so that it will become more adapt
Yeah,
to
we need the name
you.
of that, Avery. I'm sorry. You're telling exactly what it is. Beacon Heights, do you know the name of that process for taming wild olive trees that humans use to tame farm animals and our pets?
Breeding?
Domestication. They were domesticated. Go again, red. Go, Jeremy.
Body system for 25. Body system for 25. Body system for 25.
Body for 25 points. Multiple choice. When it was revealed that the reason for the Grinch's nastiness was perhaps that his heart was 2 sizes too small, had his heart atrophied, hypertrophied, or petrified? Which of those 3, University Park?
The first one?
The atrophied is correct. Yes, it is. Good. Go, green.
Dateline for 25.
Dateline for 25 points. The new weight loss drugs that are all being advertised, they've become so popular.
Pass it to Katie.
Ozempic?
That is one of them. That is one of them, Katie, yes. Let me finish the question, though. The new weight loss drugs that have become so popular, like Ozempic, might have the side effect they're discovering of demineralizing these body structures, leading perhaps to osteoporosis. What body structures?
The spine?
No, bones. Bones in general there. 2 questions left. Oh, the buzzer says we're not going to get to those questions. It looks like by 15 points, University Park has done it. We'll double check that score and be right back with you. Don't go away. And welcome back. It was a nail biter here, as you just witnessed. Both those teams went back and forth and back and forth. Who knew who was going to win? Guess what? They both did. They showed how wonderful they were, how talented they were, and what great competitors they are. Our final tally today is Beacon Heights 180, University Park 195. Congratulations to University Park. Congratulations. Wonderful job. Izzy, tell us who's back there.
We have Creighton, Dakota, Dylan, Samantha, and Mr. Favero.
Absolutely right. You guys, we'll see you in the quarterfinals on April 1st. They're threatening to bring some pranks that day for April Fool's Day. Over here at Jeremy and Katie and Jacob, you played a phenomenal job, and you have two great coaches here, Mr. Carver, Mr. Brown here, and wonderful principal over there as well. Let's have a nice round of applause for that Beacon Heights team. Jeremy, tell us who's back there.
All right, there's Marari, there's Galila, there's Zeta, and there's Melody.
Wonderful. And
William Nye.
yeah, he's here in spirit anyhow. I hope you're here also in spirit for a long time, and you'll always be fans of the Science Bowl. We love having you here, and we hope to see you for the remainder of the season. Until then, I'm Dave Zarin. Bye-bye.